had 700 people plus and zero movement. So I burned it down. Burned that shit down, man. I'm talking about my free Facebook group. It was essentially like big picture. It was a funnel and a space, a warming zone for our school community, right? But after a while, like, maybe not too long, maybe like closing in on like 2 months or something of having it open, getting to the point where there's like over 700 people, it just became more desolate. It became less valuable, less quality. More people were lurking, less people were doing the work, and it was just like it was just a waiting room, bro. And it was just like, even though it didn't take up too much of my attention, it took away too much to the point where it belongs somewhere else, you know? Even if it was just a couple minutes a day and I wasn't really going deep with anybody there, and it was just like all about awareness. It's like nobody really gave a fuck or put in enough work to actually get to that point, you know? It was all just like trauma dumping. So it reinstilled my theory of how you can't have, nobody gives a shit if they get it for free. There's no skin in the game if you give free access, free lifetime access to whatever. They're just like completely over their head, oblivious. It's like, dude, there's no, you deteriorate all of the perceived value in their brain, right? Because it's like, oh, like, why are you charging this if you just gave it to me for $0? And then they never do anything. They never do anything because it doesn't instill the fact of that accountability, dude. And it's like, you have to find that middle ground, you know? You don't want to take advantage of people. It's not about getting a come up, but at the same time, you need that accountability. You know, if it's, let's use the school, for example, my community, Make Music That Heals, you know? For initial founding members, $39 a month, right? If it were only like $4, $5, maybe $9 max, somebody would probably be able to just like bite it every month, let it sit, collect, just fucking passively chill. Just like if you're using Planet Fitness compared to actually investing in some, I use Planet Fitness whenever I go to the gym, so no hate there, but rather than like paying big bucks to go and get the privacy and the 24 hours and the exclusivity, like I understand the value behind it, but I also have enough discipline to where I can do the push-ups at home and I get my exercise and I still do everything I need to do to where I don't need to go to the gym. And right now in my life, other things are more important. So, besides the point, man. Besides the point. If you have a $9 gym membership, it's a lot easier to just let it slide and just fucking chill. Because it doesn't hurt you. You don't feel it. It's just like, whatever. I'll go next month. I'll start going next month. Betty Sue said she was gonna start going with me for New Year's, so I'm gonna start going with her because I want to have a friend. So I'm gonna wait until New Year's to start going with Betty Sue. So then it just sits. But when you make it to the point where it doesn't break you, but you have that accountability factor attached to it because you know you're getting value from it. It's a transaction. Like, you're showing up for yourself at the same time, but it's a fucking subconscious mental switch that you have to use what you have access to, bro. Otherwise, you forget about it. If it's non-existent or so fucking invaluable, you don't pay attention to it. You don't put any value on it because everybody can fucking access it, you know? Just like the free community on Facebook. Like, there was nothing special about it because there was nobody putting in the work. Everybody was just trauma dumping and fucking, like, not actually doing anything with it. And it was just completely fucking being twisted into something else. And I just, like, I care enough about our school community to fix that behind closed doors and realign the culture. But when it's like a free Facebook community, when like nobody even gives a shit anyway or even puts in the effort, and it's a funnel for the fucking school community anyway, I'll burn that bitch down, bro. Like, it's costing me more work and more time than it's worth. You know, what is just gonna keep growing? What, get 2,000 members? Oh, I have 2,000 members in the free Facebook community. None of them ever put in work, and I haven't taught a single one of them how to make a record or to finish their song that they've been working on for 2 years. But there's 2,000 people in there, man. Can you believe it? Shut the fuck up. I thought we were over that, bro. I thought we were to the point in the internet or just our lives where those vanity metrics don't fucking matter, especially if it's not paying the bills, especially if it's not actually bringing value to people and transforming their lives, especially if it's not doing the intended purpose of why you fucking started it to begin with, right? You know, that branch of the business or that section of whatever the fuck you're doing it for. So if it's not growing the school community, or motherfuckers don't even realize that's what it's for, it's just a waste of my time. It's just a waste of my fucking time. So, yeah, dude, another great example of not putting all of your eggs in. Like, yes, test everything, but always pay attention to whether or not it works, and the efficiency. You know, does it make sense? Does it make sense for the business? And in this case, it did not. It did not, man, because motherfuckers don't have skin in the game when they don't pay anything, when it's free. They don't care. They forget about it. They forget it exists. You can scream until you're blue in the face. Like, I've removed people from the school community because of it not being a culture fit, and also at the same time especially in the beginning, you got to test the waters, right? You know, so I gave out the lifetime free access and trade off for, like, okay, you know, you show up, do the work, give me feedback on everything that's going on, like, you have a good experience and you're comfortable with it, then you allow me to use your testimonial as marketing and blah blah blah. Just like start getting the ball rolling. It's a lot harder at zero than anything else, trust me. So all said and done, if somebody doesn't follow through on their end, or they never see the value to begin with because you just gave everything up to them for free, you didn't really help further the business, did you? So it's kind of hard conversations I have to have with myself sometimes, because even like people close to me, like, I've given them access and had to remove it because it was taken for granted. Attention and access aren't the same thing, but at the same time, you having that window isn't a given. It doesn't mean it's an automatic, like, I'm your bitch, we're besties for life, I'm your best man at your I was gonna say funeral, I'm your best man at your wedding because you paid me $30. It's like, nah, bro, like, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. Let's get to work. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, you're still gonna keep bitching in fucking, like, random Facebook group comments? You know what I mean? So, like, that's where it all fucking stemmed from, of, like, this isn't helping people. They're not using any of this to take action. I don't give a fuck if they do it in my group. Just do it on your own. But this isn't a space for you to fucking talk about your fifis and, like, complain all the time. Like, I don't care. Nobody else cares, clearly, because they're not engaging with it. And then less and less people engage, and the bigger groups get, the less valuable they become, bro, because it's like, it's a stadium. Everybody's so focused on their own shit. Everybody's so focused on getting everything out of it that they can, rather than contributing and putting in the work and looking inward to how they can affect their own lives with the new information, and with the new accountability, with the new gym that they have access to, with all these tools. If I'm managing that location, it's not up to me to ensure you use the different equipment, or let alone like even the nitty gritty of making you show up. You know, I'll be there. I'm always there. Are you gonna be? Nobody's gonna make you go to the gym, bro. No matter what the gym is to you, you know? Nobody's gonna make you go. So yeah, that's why biggest reason why I capped our community is because it's like my energy is finite. I'm one man. I'm one human being. Yes, the business is going to grow and develop, but it takes away the value and the product and the accountability, and it's a lot harder to reach out to somebody directly and hold them accountable to the record they said they were working on. And they're either going to shy away because they don't like the mirror and they don't like the fact that you're actually fucking holding them to the work and asking about it and checking in and like giving a shit about what's going to actually move the needle. It's not just like, oh, hey, how was your Tuesday? What's your favorite drinky poo to have? Like, I don't give a shit about that, bro. Let's get to work. Let me help you. Let me help your business. How are you going to fucking change your life? Get off of Facebook. Get off of the comments. Get off of fucking watching doom scrolling on fucking TikTok. Get off of fucking watching YouTube for 30 hours because you think some motivation video is going to change your damn life. Put in the damn work. Nobody's going to do it for you. Here you go. Boom. You figured out the code. I told you. Now you owe me $1 billion. No, you don't. Just come shake my hand whenever you do it for yourself, man. Whenever you finally stop making excuses and you just stop being a little bitch and you show up for yourself like you always deserved. Like you deserved when you were a kid. Like you deserved your whole entire life. Just come up and shake my hand and be like, yo, thank you. Like I needed to hear blank, blank, blank at this time, and it caused me to put the work in and change my own life. It's like, nah, see? Exactly, that was you. You did that. I implore you, bro. But I'm not going to facilitate a goddamn waiting room for people to just feel good about not doing anything. You'll never find me anywhere that fucking does that. Not as not as somebody hanging out, not as a consumer, not as a leader, not as a fucking anything, bro. You won't find me there. I make shit happen. I force it to happen in between, you know? So I can't be around people who make those excuses or bitch about stuff all the time or blah, 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 or just make assumptions without proving it with the work first. So I always let the work speak, you know? That's the beautiful part about the gym or any other room or any other group or community. The work speaks for itself. You can't hide from that shit. Everybody else can see it. Everybody else can hear it. It's always a reflection on them as well. Even if it's just your shit, you know? Because it reminds them that they're still not finishing the thing. It reminds them that they need to be working. It reminds them of how much joy and value it brings when they don't give up on themselves. So, love you.